Style point time, fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, another touchdown. Another touchdown. Let's go. That's just the final nail in the coffin. To Jeremiah Smith for 9 yards. That's what we like to see. So yeah, now this is just all about style points. That's it. Just ranking up Jeremiah Smith Heisman resume. I think he may be the on odds favorite to win it, the Heisman. I think he might be the favorite. And he should be. He's probably the best wide receiver in the country when it comes to college football. 35-3. I should have brought some cupcakes, man. 35-3. Taking care of business like we should be doing. Minnesota is finding out why we're the defending national champions. I hate that they have to find out this way, though. Should we let off the gas? Nah. I think it's time to probably bring our backups in, honestly. 35-3. Get our young guys the experience. That's what we need to do right here. Even our second string quarterback, I would even bring him in. Because the fight has completely left Minnesota. I think they finally are accepting the fact that they know this game's over. So it's time to bring in our backups. But knowing Ryan Day, he'll probably keep saying it for one more go. But he should just... The smart move would just be bringing our backups, our secondaries and our third stringers, and get those guys the experience. Because hopefully, forbid, that, one of our guys gets hurt, and then it's the next man up mentality at Ohio State. Next man up. And so any experience that the backups are going to get is good experience. And this is definitely one of those situations where you want to bring those guys in so they can get that experience. It's just one of those things that I talked about, where you're doing what you're doing right then for the future. So that experience that our backups will get in this game will help toward their future. And so they'll have that experience if we ever come across that type of deal where it's the next man up, which we already have that mentality at Ohio State. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? I'm scrambling my words, but it all means the same thing, even though I'm scrambling my words. That any experience is good experience. That's the point, and it will help going forward with the rest of our games during the seasons for our backups. That is my point. Even though I had to scramble my words to get there, they all lead to the same point I'm trying to make, which was what I explained. If I try to explain it again, I'm just going to confuse not only you, but also myself. So let's just leave it there, okay? Time to bring in the backups. So Colorado and TCU, they're still tied up. I'm pretty sure our games should be back on. I went to go check their score, but then it took me to their game, so I better go back to our game. Our game could be on right now, and I don't even know. Okay, yeah, it just came back on, so we didn't miss anything. But Miami is still beating Florida State, 28-3. So they're doing what we're doing to Minnesota. So, yeah. Florida State. What are we going to do with you, Florida State? I don't know. They might fire their coach. I don't know. Will that happen? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like we got some of our defensive backups in there. I'm looking for McDonald because if I don't see him, I know he's a first stringer. So if I don't see him, then I know we got our backups in. But it looks like we do have our backups in, which is good. There is a flag down. I don't know what the flag's for. If it's against us.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 2. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. What did he do? Our player's down on the... That was the Minnesota player! And all he did was pull him off of him. Did they do a flag for that? Seriously? Okay, so our player was down on the ground. Here comes the Minnesota player. He hits him really low. And mind you, our player's already down on the ground. And then here comes another Ohio State player to come pull the Minnesota player off of him. And he gets a flag for it. He didn't even do it aggressively. He just kind of grabbed him to kind of just move him out of the way. Basically, he was helping him get up off the ground. And we got the flag for unsportsmanship. That makes zero sense. But really, I think the refs just feel sorry for Minnesota. So, they're going to throw their little cheap flags. Just to, hey, we can try to help you guys get a touchdown. So that's what that was. That was a absolutely BS call from the refs. That was the unsportsmanlike conduct. That wasn't that, man. How is our player moving the other player unsportsmanlike conduct? Somebody explain that to me. Because again, here's the situation. Yes, I'm going through it again. Our defensive player was already on the ground. His back was on the ground. He was out of the play. He wasn't doing anything. Here comes the Minnesota player. He hits him low while our player's on the ground. The whistle gets called. Our player walks over. Another player of ours walks over, grabs the Minnesota player, lifts him up. Not even aggressively. Just like kind of grabs his jersey and his body, not his body armor, but his pads and stuff, and gently just pulls them off. And we get unsportsmanlike conduct. If you ask me, that's not even sportsmanlike conduct. That's just our players being nice to Minnesota. Because we already know we're destroying them. We ain't have to be meaner to them. He was just trying to help them up. Whatever, ref. Whatever. 1st and 10. Oh, they're actually going past the pass tee. Okay, well, they got a little bit. Well, our backups are in too, so we got to keep that in mind. It's fourth quarter. Their touchdown's going to be pointless. I mean, really, even if they get a touchdown on our second strength defense, their touchdown's going to be pointless. It'll at least make the game closer on paper, I guess, by score-wise. Right? Maybe that's what they're going for. Like, hey, at least we tried. Because really, this Minnesota team was overwhelmed as soon as they walked into the shoe. They realized, wow, this place is huge. The fans are packed. It's a sold-out game. I can barely hear myself talking or myself think. They probably got overwhelmed as soon as they made it to the football stadium. But, we have that impact on people. I mean, it's a beautiful stadium. If you've never seen it before, go see it. Maybe you'll actually even get to see the inside. I actually never been inside. But, one day, hopefully, I can watch a live game. That's on my bucket list before, I kick the can. That's on my bucket list, to go to a real live Ohio State game. I can only dream, though. Wow, just to be there in that stadium with the fans rocking. Wow. Probably have to wear some of those sound earplugs. Probably not, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just bring some with me just in case if I ever get that chance. Maybe I should be more optimistic. Maybe I should be more positive. Maybe I should say, when I get the chance. Not if. Because if could be yes, could be no, that I get the opportunity to watch a live game in the actual stadium of the Ohio State Buckeyes. But if I say win, then it's already into intuition. And the only thing that can make it happen is me. Yep. I was thinking for a second, did I say that right? I don't know if I said that right. Yeah, but I think I said that right to make my point. What? Hold on. What? Okay. This is going off the rails. Get it together, all right? I'm talking to myself and the camera now. Okay, now I'm done doing that because that'll just make me look crazy. Let's go, man. Just getting up these style points. It's 3rd and 11. Our second strength defense is in. Hopefully we can hold them to a field goal try. Or they might even go for it. I don't know. But hopefully we can get a stop right here. We're rushing. You got them, guys. Come on. It's a screen pass. It didn't go for anything. It's 4th and down. Good stop by our second strength defense. Now we're going to see what Minnesota does here. Are they going to go for 3? Are they going to go for a touchdown? I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they might as well go for it, right? Why would you kick a field goal? Just to try. Oh, my gosh. As soon as I say that, they're lining up for a field goal, of course. This is stupid, if you ask me. And he still missed it! He missed it. The Minnesota Carter missed it by like a mile. And that was like the 30-yard line. Our kicker missed it. Yeah, but he was at 53 at least. Their kicker can't even make it like a, what? It was like only like 25, 30 yards out. Come on. I don't even know why they even went for it. Why they didn't go for it, I don't know. Minnesota, man, you're confusing. Minnesota, really? Like, just go for it. What's the field goal going to do? I wanted to see if our second straight defense could stop them on 4th down. I wanted to see that, but Minnesota took that away from me. No! It's all right. I can imagine it in my brain. That we got to stop our second strength D. Let's go. Now we should see our second strength offense on the field. Saying should be done for today. Jeremiah Smith, the tight end, the O-line, the running backs. Our first stringers should be done for today. So hopefully Ryan Day makes the right call and brings them out onto the field. Hopefully we get to see those guys. Because again, I don't even know who our backup quarterback is. I couldn't tell you. Ask me right now. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know his name either. So hopefully we can see what he can do. I don't even know if he's a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, or a senior. I don't know. I haven't really seen him that much. I think other than the cupcake game, when I was eating cupcakes, I think we might have seen him then. I don't know. So hopefully Ryan Day does the right thing and brings those guys in. I don't want to see Satan anymore. His job is done. He did his job. His job's done. He can get some rest for next week. Right now, bring in the backups. Hopefully Ryan Day does that, but knowing Ryan Day, he might keep saying out there for one more drive. But hopefully he doesn't do that. Hopefully I am wrong. Hopefully he does not do that. I'm just saying, I'm ready to see. I'm just looking at the screen ready to see if our backups come in. I'm interested to see what Ryan Day does. And who's that high school team? Who is that? Show some high school footage. Well, who is that team? Oh, Hillard Daverson and Hillard Bradley. That's weird that both those teams have the same name in their team's name. Are they like in the same township to where they both have that name first. But here's the backup quarterback. Ryan Day did put him in, and he's a junior. I couldn't tell you his name because I can't pronounce his name, and I'm not going to try, but he's a junior, though. So he's the backup quarterback. I think we also got we got the entire second string offense in, so that's really good news. I don't know how to pronounce his name either, man. I just don't know. So Sain's done for today. Good job by them today, our first stringers. Absolutely did their job. Now I'm interested to see these guys on the field because we don't get to see these guys too often. So let's see what they have to offer, what they put on the table. Okay, that was a nice pass. Who's number 11? I feel like number 11 should probably be a first stringer because he's good, man. But at least that route that he ran was good. It's always hard to decide whenever you're like who's going to be your first stringer, who's going to be your second stringer, especially when you got so much talent like Ohio State. I mean, you could basically put any of these guys in any string, and they're going to do good at that position. So that, I mean, just looking at that would be hard for the coaches to determine. But right now we're just running the football, it looks like, and we're going to pass too a little bit, which is good. Peoples has the ball. Peoples still in. He's still going. He's down at the 22-yard line. I don't even know why Peoples is in. He's kind of like a first stringer running back, I would say. But, yeah, this is just running up stats right now. But Peoples still is in the game. I'm surprised by that call. I think we should have another running back in. I don't think Peoples need to be in there because he's just running through their defense. He's got good speed. Peoples kind of does remind me of Ezekiel Elliott. You remember when I talked about how he was running the ball and he ran over that Minnesota player in this game? Yeah, bro, that was a Ezekiel Elliott move for sure. Yeah, so Peoples just care. I guess Peoples just wants to get another touchdown, honestly. He probably just wants to add to his stats, so I'm fine with it, whatever, but I don't think he should be in there. If I was Ryan Day, I'd probably take him off, but, I'm not Ryan Day, so we're going to help him get his touchdown of this game. But Ohio State leaders for tonight is going to be Jackson. He got 12 rushes for 53 yards and 1 touchdown. Dawlison, he had 4 for 12. Second and 8. Come on, people. Let's get your stat raised, buddy. Come on. You can do it. Go in there. Yeah, that's what he wants. That's what he wants. He wants to pad those numbers, man. This is like basically him working on his NFL resume for the draft. I don't know if he'll go into the draft next year, but maybe he's thinking about it. That's the thing, man. We lose a lot of talent because a lot of our players go off to the NFL. But we also get talent because everybody wants to come play at Ohio State because they know they're going to be competing for a national championship every single season. That's why we bring in all those top players, those recruiting players from high schools and such because, again, you're going to get great coaching at Ohio State, a great facility, great staff, good food, great food if I dare say. I mean, they good there. And you're going to compete for a national championship every single season. And you can go off to the NFL draft. So, I mean, of course we get a lot of recruits that want to come to Ohio State. But we lose a lot of talent and we gain a lot of talent all at the same time during the off season. But it's first and goal here. Hitting it off the Peoples again. I hope he gets his touchdown. They kind of... Okay, they stopped him. But it's only second and goal, so... Would I just keep handing the ball off to him? Sure. If he wants his touchdown, go ahead and try to get it. But I'm letting him know, like, hey, if you don't get it and it's 4th down, we're just going to kick the field goal. There's no need to really go for it. I mean, I guess we could go for it just for the go for it. I mean, again, experience. So they can be in a 4th and goal situations, the second team that's on the field right now. Which I'm happy we're going to get to see because we don't get to see these guys play that often. But Sayin takes it straight. I mean, not Sayin. What's his name? I don't know what his name is, but the backup quarterback, whose name starts with the K, he just ran it for a touchdown. He got a quarterback sneak, a 6-yard rushing TD. Let's go. Good for him. I don't know if I think that's his first touchdown as a quarterback, as a Buckeye quarterback. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe he got one when we played the Cupcakes. I don't know, guys. My brain is always working, and so I can't remember what game because I'm just focused on this and I'm focused on that. You know, sometimes you can just be boggled with all the stuff you're focused on, and then you totally forget something that you did a week ago. And so it's kind of like this situation right here. I can't remember if he got a touchdown. I know he played in there, but apparently they ruled him down. He was short anyway, so he didn't. Either that was his first touchdown as a Buckeye, or if not, he didn't get the touchdown on that. They ruled it 3rd and goal. But we're right there, so I would just do a QB sneak or just hand it off to Peoples. Maybe now he could get his touchdown or just run it straight up the middle. Don't really matter which call. Okay, decide to do a quarterback sneak straight up the middle. He definitely got in for a touchdown. So shout out to him. I'm glad that we was able to bring him into the game and get him some touches and get him potentially his first touchdown as a Ohio State Buckeye QB. And it was a simple play call just straight up the middle. That's all you want to do. Let's go. Doing what we're supposed to do. 42-3. Pinning this extra point. Okay, it's good. Yeah, 42-3. I mean, what more can I say? The coaches got a big smile on their face. The players got a big, huge smile on their face. The fans got a big, huge smile on their face. I got a big, huge smile on my face. You got a big, huge smile on your face. And we're all just happy. Because the Buckeyes are actually doing what they are supposed to do as the, tell them Brutus, you got to tell them Brutus, as the number 1 defending national champions. This is what we're supposed to do, folks. Right here. Read them and weep. Every single game we're supposed to do this. But for whatever reason, sometimes we just play down to our opponent's level. Like we're up here, our opponent level was like down here, so we just bring it down to match them. I don't know. Sometimes we do that. I don't know why, but we do it. But we should just be, our level should be up here, and everybody else's level is down here. Nobody can reach our level of gameplay. That's the way it should be. But let's look here and let's catch up on the scores around, because there's all the other good games that are on right now. They are all in their 4th quarter too. So let's take a look at them. Looks like Texas Tech is gonna beat Houston 35-11. Miami, yeah, nobody cares. 38-3. Colorado TCU is tied at 21. Oh wow, that game may go to overtime. Keep an eye out on that. Texas A&M is beating Mississippi State 28-9. Kansas is beating UFC 27-20. All these names that I'm calling out right now are in the 4th quarter, except for Tulsa and Memphis, which is in the 3rd quarter, about to go into the 4th quarter. But that game's already over because Memphis is winning 38-7. And I think that's it. Yeah, let's just run through all these real quick. South Florida beat Charlotte, which is a cupcake team, 54-26. New Mexico lost to SJSU, 35-28. Yeah. Colorado State lost to San Diego State, 45-24. West Virginia lost to BYU, 38-24. Illinois beat Purdue, 43-27. Clemson beat North Carolina, 38-10. Army beat UAB, 31-13. Air Force and Navy, I watched that game. That was a good game. Navy beat Air Force 34-31. So shout out to Navy. They are actually 5-0. So wow, good win for them. Shout out to the Navy for beating Air Force. That was a very close game. And Navy was able to get the W to go 5-0. So they are undefeated. So they're also a team to watch going forward. But they have a lot more tough games with tougher opponents comparing to their skill level ahead on their schedule. So only time will tell how good Navy actually is. But it was still a good win for them against Air Force. Air Force absolutely brought their A game. But, it just wasn't enough against Navy. So Navy is undefeated. Then we got Ball State, who beat Ohio. Everybody's beating Ohio. Everybody's beating our little brother. We even had to beat our little brother. So this ain't no surprise at all. Ball State beats Ohio 20-14. Georgia beat Kentucky 35-14, which is disappointing because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but my family reunion is in Kentucky. So, yeah, Kentucky is the team that I do root for, but unfortunately they were able to pull the upset off against Georgia. So, Georgia won that game 35-14. I don't know. Maybe Kentucky can figure everything. I want to say everything. I want to use another word, but just maybe Kentucky can figure something out. What that is, I don't know. But they need to figure it out. And then we got that team up north. They beat Wisconsin 24-10. That's all I got to say about that. Because we'll find out soon, that team up north. We'll find out soon. Yeah. But with just in all seriousness, though, Michigan did have that terrible shooting at that church up there. So, I dog Michigan, but it's just football talk. It's not serious, okay? If you got a rival, you're a football fan, you understand. I don't think I have to explain any further that. I don't wish nothing like what that happened at that church shooting. I don't wish that to happen to the state of Michigan or just anywhere in Michigan or anywhere in the whole entire world for that point. So not shout out, but my thoughts and prayers are with the victims of the family members who were affected by that terrible strategy. I know hopefully they'll be able to get through it. I know there was a lot of victims, and we're just seeing too much of that stuff going around in the world. There's just a lot of hate out in the world, and we need people who spread some love and kindness. So don't be that person who adds hate in the world. I know this world gets tough sometimes, but, I guess my advice for myself and for anybody who is watching this, just be that person who spreads love and kindness. Because, again, there's just a lot of hate in this world. And I feel like the people who do add hate into this world are just adding fuel to the fire and are just continuing the cycle that will never be broken. But anyway, with that said, we're still a better football team than that team up north, all right? And I cannot wait till we meet, and we're going to get our revenge. And obviously, we're a better team than that team up north, even though that team has had our number. But we'll talk about that later, but we're still a better team than that team. But we also got Pittsburgh, who beat Boston College 48-7. And we also got, already mentioned, Cincinnati getting that huge win over Iowa State. You got Wake Forest, who beat Virginia Tech 30-23. Oklahoma State was a no-show against Arizona. Arizona won 41-13. Texas lost to Florida, which we all know Texas is overrated. So no surprise there from me at all that a 1-3 Florida team was able to take care of business against Texas. That is not a surprise to me at all. Because again, Texas is overrated. And then you got Notre Dame, who pulled off a victory against Boise State, 28-7. Whip-de-doo. Was Notre Dame want a cookie? I don't know. I'll give them a cookie as soon as I find a cookie, I guess. But then we got Northwestern beating LA at Monroe, 42-7. And then Penn State lost their second game back-to-back, 42-37. I thought we would have to worry about the Penn State game, but after this, yeah, we don't have to worry about that Penn State game. And I already talked about this. I'm sure they're going to give us their best shot just to prove why they deserve the playoffs. But I already talked about them. I don't think they're going to be a problem anymore. Penn State has more issues than worrying about when they face us. They have coaching issues. I'm just going to say that. James Franklin is a good coach, but Penn State cannot get over the hump, and they're not going to get over the hump playing us. They're going to have to find another team to do that too. But they're going to have 3 losses after they play us for sure. So will they get in the playoffs? Probably not. Will they make the Big Ten championship game? I don't know. Probably not. So, then we got Washington beating Maryland, which is a Big Ten team, 24-20. I think Maryland's a Big Ten team. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm just gonna say they're a Big Ten team, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Whatever. And then we got UConn beating FIU 51-10. We got Syracuse losing to SMU 31-18. Louisville, come on, man. 2 teams from where I had my family reunion in Kentucky lost. Kentucky lost and Louisville lost today. Dang, but whatever. They ain't my team. I just want them to win only for that reason alone because we have family reunions down there. But they lost 27 to Virginia to 30. Then you got Nebraska. Nebraska beat Michigan State. Listen, we don't like Michigan State over there. We don't like Michigan State either. Okay, so I'm happy that Nebraska was able to take care of business against Michigan State, 38-27. So good job, Nebraska, for taking them out. Okay. Michigan State and that other team up north, they're both terrible teams. All right? I'll say that right now. And they're not going to beat us. I'll say that right now, too. Then we got Oklahoma absolutely destroying Kent State. Probably one of the worst, if not the worst, team in college football. Anybody can put a spank on them. 44-0. And here's I got to interrupt. Here's our remaining schedule. We got Wisconsin, a bye week, Penn State, Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers, and then that team up north. So, pretty smooth sailing. Pretty much. We're pretty much going to sail right through. And we're not going to row our boat like Minnesota does. Because when you row, you get there a whole lot slower. So we're just going to sail right through our schedule. There's nobody on that schedule that worries me, to be honest. Except for, if I'm being honest, just maybe Michigan. Because for whatever reason, Michigan is Ryan Day's kryptonite. And until he figures out what to do around that, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but boy, there's a lot of different outcomes for that game. But, I mean, that's the game we could potentially lose. But every other game, we're just going to win. I don't see anybody there that's going to be able to stop us. So we got Oklahoma beating Kent State 44-0. And we got Arizona State beating Texas State in a very close game. They only won by 1 point, 31-30. Arkansas State beat Texas State. And then we got the Texas Tech, Houston, 35-11. So, yeah. There's those games. And then the other games are still going on, so we don't know the outcome of them. I probably doubt if I do a review on those games, but there's only like 30 seconds left. This game is basically already over. Well, I mean, it was over. But I'm saying officially over. Even though I told Minnesota, man, they shouldn't have came out, but I guess they didn't hear me. It's almost like I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to actual television. Okay, yeah, that's supposed to be a joke because I actually am talking to the actual television. No wonder they didn't hear me, but, you know, I thought they would do the original bid and just forfeit during the halftime, but no, they didn't do that. And so, yeah, it's a long night for Minnesota, and it's going to be a long ride back home for them. I didn't know what they expected in this game, honestly. I have zero idea what they expected. But yeah, okay, Alabama's back. Yeah, Alabama's not back. Please. So it looks like they're going to punt the ball. There's only 23 seconds left. We should just take a knee. This game's already over. There's 15 seconds left. Just take a knee. That's all there is to it. Everybody's shaking hands. Everybody's happy. Good work today. We're gonna hear for Ryan Day, the head coach, right after the game's over. I want to hear what he has to say first, and then I'll give my 2 cents. But this is just a dominating performance. This is exactly what we want to do. This is what we should do every single game. That's it right there, the final knee. 42-3. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Good win by our good game by our defense. Good game by our offense. Defense, offense, special teams, and the coaching staff. Just another dominating performance. Well, I think Ryan Day's going to speak here. I'm going to try to hear what he has to say real quick. I don't know if they're going to get him. Are they going to get him? Okay, he must be lost in the crowd somewhere. But yeah, Minnesota, just found out why we are the number one. Oh wait, here's Ryan Day.
I thought he got in a rhythm early and really was accurate down the field. But I thought he made good decisions in the run game.
Yeah, he did make good decisions.
Offensive line gave him, good time back there. He's got a real good group of guys around him. So
yeah, a real good group.
Make routine plays routinely, but he did more than that tonight, in my opinion. I thought he threw some, big time throws and
throwing quarter dimes and nickels and pennies.
So good to see him take the next step.
You've called Carnell Tate unselfish. He has no problem blocking to open up some space at times for Jeremiah Smith, but tonight was his night. He had an outstanding game.
Yeah, he actually did have an outstanding game.
It goes to the unselfishness of our players because to me Jeremiah Smith is the best offensive player in the country. It's not even close. But when he comes out here every day and continues to work.
Yeah, that's what we do. We play as a team and not as individuals. Because again, it takes a team to win a football game, not individual players.
All the work that Carnell's done without the ball blocking, and to see him, have a big bet like tonight, it doesn't surprise me.
We're doing our ritual that we do at the end of, not our ritual. I don't know why I said that. Hopefully that didn't pick up over the camera, but we're doing our tradition that we do after we win big games. Well, after we win games. We go like this. But Ryan Day, he's still talking. I don't know what he's talking about. I muted him.
And, settled in, made some big plays. Caden Curry did a great job with a screen, played situational football. So we got to keep growing, but I think the guys are playing with confidence.
Coach, thanks so much for your time.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, our guys are definitely playing with confidence, and that's good. Another dominating, just a dominating game. We did what we were supposed to do in this game. We did our jobs. Everybody stick to their jobs, consistency, and before I was saying, our tradition is every time we win a game, we all get together and we watch the band play the Ohio theme. That's our tradition. And traditions live forever. But yeah, I second what Coach Ryan Day had to say there. We're playing with confidence now. We're playing just not for ourselves. We're playing as a team unit, and that's very important. We're not selfish. Our players are not selfish. They know that it takes a team to win a football game, and that's absolutely what they did in the show. This was top performance. This is exactly how we should be playing every single game. But, unfortunately, we don't do that, but we still get the dub either way. But another dominating game by our whole team. Could not be happier. The game ended just like I thought and knew it would. And I'm just happy to be a Buckeye fan, man. This is what we should do every single game, baby. And Minnesota found out the hard way why we are the number one. That's right, Brutus. Number one team in the nation. Why? We are the best team in college football. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, just read the sign. Read the sign. That's right, baby. The Ohio State Buckeyes. That's all I really got to say for this one. Dominating performance. We are 5-0, undefeated. We're going to stay number one next week. We'll get ready for them. We're going to celebrate tonight and get ready for next week's opponent. And it's on to the next one, man. We're playing with confidence. Our players are more confident now. And we're 5-0, undefeated. And yeah, man, it's great to be a Buckeye. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely terrific. I can't really imagine myself being another college football fan to another different college team, because this is my team, and I'm so proud of these guys for coming together and playing like we should play the defending national champions in this game. And I think I said everything I wanted to say. Yeah, I think I said everything I wanted to say, and just happy, proud of the team, man. Another dominating performance. So, with that, go Buckeyes! OHIO!